The Rogue Company has some big changes coming in this brand new update. With changes coming to Mack, Kestrel, and Cannon, lots of perk changes, and some of the biggest SMG changes that Rogue Company has ever seen. So now we got the formalities out the way. Oh wait, one more thing. Subscribe. We can start off with Mack. And what Rogue Company say is, from our observations out in the wild and supporting data, Mack is currently the top performing rogue with an extremely high win rate. And while his inherent power was meant to compensate for a low power ability, this gap between him and other rogues have prompted us to take a look at said power. And that said power is his standard issue passive. Mack mains get wrecked. It will be going from 25 down to 15. And that also has a big impact on Dahlia as well. So do I think this will affect Mack's pick rate? Well, you'll have to watch all this video until the end. Now over to Cannon, who Rogue Company refer as the battle-loving juggernaut. They go on to say that he has a very powerful loadout and devastating ability when in the hands of a bold player. However, his performance is on the low side. Taking an incremental approach, we are changing up a couple of things in his loadout to see if we can give him a boost. So the first thing they're doing is replacing C4 with a frag grenade, and also replacing Helping Hand with Blaster. So his frag grenades will now do more damage. Now here's the interesting bit. They've replaced Legendary Tenacity with Legendary Bulletproof, meaning body shots will now do less damage to Cannon. And they've also replaced Epic Bulletproof with Epic Tenacity. Now I see a lot of people say they liked Cannon's C4. But what are your thoughts? Does this help improve Cannon or not? I must admit, I'm a little bit impartial, but we'll have to see how this one plays out. Now, Kestrel is getting a slight tweak to her ability. The drone swarm blast diameter will be reduced from 8 meters to 6 meters. In other words, the explosive range is getting nerfed, which is a big dub in my opinion. Now, 3 really strong perks are getting tweaks in this upcoming patch. And Lancer main to look away now, because we're starting off with Life Drain. Now, overall, Life Drain is actually seeing a cost reduction. But the interesting part is it also is seeing a healing reduction. So the epic versions of Life Drain, instead of healing for 40, will now only heal for 35. And the legendary versions, instead of healing for 60, now only heals for 50. Which doesn't sound a lot, but that's one less bullet that you need to hit. Now, Gunsmith is a very strong perk in Rogue Company, and across the board, they've increased the price. So the rare version is going from 5 to 6k, the epic version is going from 7.5 to 8.5k, and the legendary version is going from 10 to 12k. Now, this change to shredder rounds is pretty big for Rogue Company. The shredder rounds, in a nutshell, it's gonna cost more, but it'll also do 5% more damage depending on what tier you are. The rare version of shredder rounds will do 15% up from 10, epic will do 20 up from 15, and legendary will do 25% more damage. So this is pretty big and game changing. Now let's talk about Rogue Company and the 3 changes coming to SMGs in this very patch. And starting off with the D40C. They say that the D40C is a closer range generalist with a higher capacity magazine. Now some of the things worth noting here is they've actually increased the magazine size for the D40C from 40 to 50, and they've increased the base body damage from 14 to 15. Now to compensate on all of this, what they've basically done is they've nerfed the range massively, as you can see in this clip, and the further away you are, the more recoil you have, although I did find it pretty easy to control. They've also reduced the fire rate and removed the crouching accuracy mod, and I'll explain that in just a second, as they've applied this to all 3 of these SMG changes. Now next up is the LMPX, the meta SMG for a very long time. Now, Rogue Company described this as a controllable SMG with an integrated suppressor. Now, some of the big changes they've done for this particular gun is the base mag size has been reduced from 30 to 25. However, when you upgrade this to level 1, the mag size will increase to 30, and the level 3 upgrade increases aim accuracy and reduces recoil. So you'll definitely want to upgrade this weapon if you continue to use it. Hip accuracy has been reduced as well, and the crouching mod has been removed for the LMPX. One of its biggest nerfs though is the range. The range will go from 14 meters, all the way down to 9 meters before you start experiencing damage fall off. However, it's still slightly higher than the default you see at 8 meters. Now, lastly, the Knight. The Knight's unique identity is basically the Headhunter SMG. He has a pretty low fire rate, but God, does it devastate when you hit those headshots. And that's why they've increased the headshot damage from 30 to 32. And like the other two SMGs, it also has the crouching mod removed, and I'll explain that now. So basically, what used to happen in Rogue Company and why you see so many people bounce up and down whilst you're shooting at them is when you crouch, you actually get 100% accuracy, and they've removed that. So when you actually crouch now, and I don't know if you can see it in these clips, the bloom or the crosshair size remains the same. So hopefully you'll see a lot less people bouncing around the map, please. Now, there are a bunch of other changes coming to the Knight, but if you want the full patch notes, I'll leave them under this video so you can go and check them out yourselves. But if not, no need to worry. I'll be covering all these SMGs in future videos and giving my opinion on them. Now, 2 shotgun changes are the Arbitrator, finally, and the S12. They are both getting nerfs in my opinion, but again, we'll be covering these and seeing just hopefully how bad they are in future videos. And lastly, a pistol change is coming to the revolver, and they've reduced the fire rate, which I didn't notice too much when I was playing in the shooting range, but we'll have to see how it plays out in a live match. And they've also reduced the headshot damage from 60 to 55, and the reload speed has been increased, so it'll take longer to reload your weapon. Now, let me know what you think of these changes in the comments down below, but if you want to see me versus Donny v Tyveli, then check this video out here. It's absolutely insane. And also drop a like on your way out. Take care. Peace. Now, over to Cannon, who Rogue Company refer to